Oh my goodness. I was thinking when I was watching it last night, how am I not going to cry in this junket? But I'm not going to because I haven't got waterproof mascara. But have you set challenges to anyone to not cry during this film?
No, because I kind of think that, you know what, they're going to. I think the biggest challenge is for them to actually take the message away that actually it's fine to cry and actually look for the heart that's in the film and come out smiling. That's the biggest challenge, people to get through the crying and come out smiling.
There should be like a little warning on the side, bring Kleenex.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Man size.
Yeah.
Although probably politically correctness, you can't have man size now. But when you read it for the first time, did you think, how am I not going to cry every second during this?
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, when Neil told me about the Greens and about what had happened, you can't help yourself but to cry. I do remember that. And then reading the book. And then talking to Singe as well, because I relied on him to talk me through every scene in the film, both physically and emotionally, which could have been enormously awkward, but Singe is so generous and open. And so he helped me through that. But we both then cried for a couple of hours in a pub. And then I had to go back to work. And so I left, and a friend of his came up to him and went, "Have you just broken up with her?"
He said, "No, that was Emilia Fox.
So
She's playing Kate." You want
lots of tears, and also during filming, one of the challenges was that I didn't let my own emotions take over what would have been Kate's emotions, because it was a very emotional set. Because there was a lot of responsibility in making sure everyone wanted to get it right. Singe and the boys were on set a lot, and just wanting to really, I guess, do justice to what happened to Kate, and also to celebrate what an amazing woman she was in wanting everything to be okay for Singe and the boys. So there's a real sort of positive thing which I think comes out of the film as well, and that's very moving.
How did you switch off at night, though? Did you have dreams? Was it difficult? 'Cause someone once said to me, like a therapist, that she puts like a little SIM card after the therapy sessions into a box so she doesn't think about them. So it's kind of a message.
It's weird. In the shoot itself, you enter the world of this family, and then you have to put it on film. And it's the putting on film bit that gets me through. It's the fact that there's a physical, practical, professional job to do. There's a job of work to do, and in fact, we don't have a movie unless we all just apply ourselves professionally. And I hung on to that, actually. The writing of it was the most emotional for me because I was alone, and I was kind of in both his shoes and her shoes, and kind of figuring out what would I be if I was her, what would I be if I was him. Making the film was, okay, this is that I am there to help everyone give their best and do their best and shepherd it and marshal it, and so it's just about keeping an atmosphere light. Going home for me, it was shot in the town I live in. This is how I know Singe and Kate, and I was a 7-minute walk to work every day.
Mine was going home and being with my little girl as often as I could, or having her with me.
Yes.
But then there was one crew member who lived in Wales. And he, after a week of filming, he said that he decided to go home every night just so he could put his arms around his kids.
It was one of those sets where everyone felt the happy responsibility. It was a happy responsibility to have, and felt real privileged to tell the story. It really did. It was a very, very profoundly emotional set.
So when you were writing, you didn't even have a cat with you or anything?
No, I didn't. It was just me. No. But lots of songs.
You've got to write with a cat.
My music, yeah. But you know what? It needed that. It needed me to put myself through it, because that way you understand what's going on, and the nice thing about being a writer and a director is then, as a director's hat on, you can take those emotions that you felt that were a long time ago, but you can take them and just help communicate them a bit.
It's one film where you probably didn't need any onions on set.
No,
exactly.
No, we did not.
So when you kind of put the pens down and the cameras down after you'd filmed it and that's the wrap, did you feel like going and getting involved with a musical or something, like High School Musical 5, bring it back and start dancing around and singing?
You were jumping between that Silent Witness, weren't you?
Yeah, I was filming Silent Witness at the same time. So in a way, that was quite good, because it was so intense to film Mum's List emotionally that in a way to go and talk crime and science
bodies
a bit was
you really put yourself through it, don't you?
Yeah.
Can we expect something kind of more up from the both of you soon or anything like that?
Well, I've done a comedy with Johnny Vegas called Home from Home that hopefully we're going to do again. I've done a series with called Delicious with Dawn French, which is coming out at Christmas time on Sky. and I'm doing a play which is called Sex with Strangers, which has got very good light-hearted moments in it. So yes,
Sounds brilliant.
Counterbalance. And you are doing...
I made a few months ago a short film in New Zealand, which is like an adventure story, kind of a western, with Alice Eve and Jack Davenport. It's called The Stolen. Finishing post-production this very week. Next week, sorry. And then I'm off to Singapore with Aaron Paul and Olga Kurilenko on a project called Android, science fiction thriller.
Wowzers.
So
So
they're
you
kind
kind
of,
of
but
take
that
me
is
into-
about a family. That's about a mum and a dad, and it's about a woman who's passed away and he reinvents her as an android.
You
So
just
in a weird
can't
kind of
stop.
way, I know.
Let's do a comedy.
Yeah, shall we? Next.
Comedy next, and
Definitely.
maybe lots of spandex or something.
Bobby Dazzlers.
Bobby Dazzlers. Thank you so much. It was
Thank you.
beautiful, and
Thank
I
you.
urge everyone
Thank you.
to go and see
Thank
it.
you
Thank you
very,
very
very
much.
much. Thanks.
Oh my God! Hey!
Zane's got a great voice.
I'll just leave it at that.
I've wanted to meet you. We haven't met each other yet.
Got some lipstick on your teeth.